Hey, boys and girls. Hey. This is Ted, and this is RidewTed. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing? Oh my God, things have been so cool. Well, no, actually, they really have not been cool. The weather here in North Carolina has been abysmal. It's been so hot. Those of you who live in the South, you understand what I mean. When I say hot, I mean hot. It's been so freaking hot. Right, we've had temperatures in the upper 80s, low 90s, and humidity at 140%. Just kidding, of course, but the humidity has been, the dew point has been over 75. Oh, it's unbelievable. But today, the temperature was in the low 90s, and the humidity was 90%. Now, the sun is obscured by clouds, and as a result, what that has done is the temperature has dropped into the mid 80s, and the humidity has dropped. It actually doesn't feel bad at all. So, felt the need to get out on a bike because it's been a while. It's been a while, yeah. I generally don't like to take my air-cooled motorcycle out for a ride when it is not getting air-cooled. You know what I'm saying? Those of you of the water-cooled breed may have some idea what I'm talking about, but whew, man, when you're sitting on an easy bake oven, and Lord knows you don't want to be stuck in traffic on that, and I have been. Not fun. So I got this new mount here. Well, it's not new. It's not. Is it new? It's not really new. Okay. It's an older mount that I've had. I had this mount before at one time, and try neutral. It came around from the side here, went on an arc, and as you can see, I have this arc thing here, this curved, remember here? That was from go around the side. Well, I needed a piece that was a little bit longer than what I had, and the camera was too close, so I put this thing on here to see if it works, and well, we'll find out when I get home. Today's task: lottery tickets. Speaking of sitting on an easy bake oven and not moving, stay hydrated. I am so very surprised as to how few people there are on the road today. It's just, I'm baffled. It's amazing. Here it is. It's a weekend, and there's nobody out here. Look at this. It's never like this. I wonder if it's because of the heat. Maybe. And it's also approaching dinner time, so people are probably still at the beach. You never know. As I explained earlier, it's been terribly hot around here in North Carolina, and I'm sure some of you who live in Texas and Florida and Louisiana, Alabama, all the southern states, Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California, yeah, you know what hot means. And do you ride on a hot day? Do you? Well, if you do, there's some things you need to do, and that's be prepared. And there goes the gas cap. Part of the preparation of riding in warmer weather and hot weather is to plan your route in such a way that you don't have to sit still at traffic lights like I just did. It's unhealthy for the air-cooled motorcycle, and it's not really super healthy for you either, because you're going to be dying of heat. The heat is just you're gonna bake. And you don't want that making you uncomfortable. And when you get uncomfortable, what happens to your attention span? It gets worse. That's right, boys and girls. You need to keep your wits about you so that you're able to focus and maintain situational awareness. But yes, being prepared for riding on warmer days is very important. One of the main things you need to do is, that's right kids, staying hydrated. Now I got my bottle here like wedged right there. And I don't know, I used to have the cup holder on the bike, but I moved it over to the Sportster. And I question now why I did that. I'm not really sure, because otherwise I would have it here. I ran out of room on the handlebars. But yeah, definitely. You always have water with you. Have something to drink. Now, eventually it will get warm. But you know what? It's still hydration. It's wet. And that's what really matters. As long as it's wet and helps you maintain hydration, we don't care about the temperature. Now, you don't want boiling hot water. That's a different story. But although hot water is better for your digestive system, so keep that in mind. And here I am sitting at a traffic light again in the summer heat. And Lord only knows how long I will sit here. Hopefully not very long. But if this traffic light does not detect the motorcycle, then I may be sitting here a while. So, yep, that's what I thought.
6 hours later.
And let's go. Come on, give it to me. There we go. So if you're at a traffic light, like what I just did there, if you're at a traffic light that will not change while you're sitting there, that's because the sensors in the ground are not detecting your motorcycle. So what you do is, if you're able to, is move your motorcycle up beyond the white line, the stop bar, move up beyond that safely if you can, and wave up the vehicle behind you. Have them move up closer to you. That will set up the sensors to change the light, just like I just did there. Getting back to riding in the warmer weather in the heat, try to plan your route so you're not riding into the sun, like I am right now. See, I'm giving you evidence of things that you should not be doing. Right? Do that. Keep the sun at your back whenever you can. It'll keep your face cool, because the sun beating on your face shield is going to warm things up inside your helmet. And open up your vents. That's right, boys and girls. I wish my front camera was working so that you could see this, but open up your vents in your helmet. Make sure they're open on the chin and also on the top of your head. Now, despite the fact that it's warm out, the temptation is for many Harley dudes or many cruiser people is to get on their motorcycle in short sleeve shirts, tank tops, shorts, my God, flip flops. No. Just no. And then people say, oh, but it's too hot to wear all that stuff. Well, you know what? Here's something to think about. Sweat will dry. Your clothes will dry. Road rash takes time to heal. Road rash is painful. So what would you rather be? Sweaty and wet, or would you rather be in pain? Wear your gear at all times, boys and girls. Now I have on here, even though the temperature is in the mid 80s and the humidity is up there and the sun is shining, even though it's a little diffused, it's warm out. If you're sitting still, it's hot. But I am still wearing my Kevlar lined riding shirt from Tobacco Motorwear. I'm wearing my Kevlar lined jeans from Tobacco Motorwear. I am wearing the proper footwear, my motorcycle riding sneakers, reinforced. I'm wearing gloves, and I got the full face helmet on. It's called being prepared. Now, some may argue that I should still be wearing the leather jacket, that I should be wearing boots, and I should be wearing armored gloves. While there is truth to that, one must make their own decisions and, well, face their own demons, I suppose. But mostly, and also, like I said, importantly, is to stay hydrated. Make sure you're not fatigued. If you start feeling fatigued while you're riding, then it's time to stop, get into some shade, strip off the outer layers, the jacket, etc., and hydrate. Drink water. Stay cool. Do as much as you can. If you start feeling dizzy, if you start feeling weak, if nauseous, that would be an indication of heat stroke. And it may be in your best interest to seek medical help as soon as possible. And that's that. And I keep looking at this camera and it's dead. So it's okay to ride in the warm weather. You just got to prepare for it and don't be stupid. That's the bottom line. Don't be stupid. The other thing to consider when you're riding in the warmer weather in the high heat area, look out for road snakes. What are road snakes? What road snakes are strips of tar that are put down on the road into cracks. The road departments will do this to prevent the spread of the crack, to prevent the degradation of the roadway. The problem with these tar strips, the problem with these road snakes, that's my single air quote, is that during warm weather like this, they become soft. They become slippery. And any sudden movements on those, like turns or stopping or accelerating quickly, is going to result in your wheels skidding out from under you or sliding, not stopping as you had planned. So watch out for the tar strips, road snakes. Now this one may be, well, it's liable to be, it's contentious. Here's the thing. For you air-cooled folks, your Harley Davidsons and all, etc., you want to keep moving. Keep that air flowing across the engine as much as possible. And what this means is you have to select your route properly, as I had mentioned earlier. So, your highways are going to be your best, such as this, that will provide you with continuous high-speed travel to keep the engine cool. While the side roads, the back roads, the twisty, curvy roads are more fun, they may not do anything for maintaining a cooler engine. Although they're liable to be shaded more so than your highways, so it's up in the air. You have to make that decision for yourself. Personally, I prefer the highways because I am getting that breeze. You know, I'm getting that highway breeze. I'm getting a nice air flowing across the engine, and also getting some cooler air flowing up my sleeves, up my pant legs, etc. Am I going to get that going 30 miles an hour on a super curvy road? Not so much, except I may have shade. That's about it. But another thing you need to do is to keep the engine cool, and that goes also on par with picking your right route, the highway versus the back roads. In my particular case, I have the Love Jugs, as pictured here. There are two fans that would mount to your horn, and they will continuously keep air blowing on your engine to keep it cool. They work great. I have a lot of praise for that. I'm glad I got them. I do not use them all of the time, especially if I'm doing a lot of highway routing. If I'm doing a lot of side streets, back roads, if I'm caught in traffic such as this, I will turn them on. And there is a flaw to that. Let me explain why. See, some of them you can wire so that it goes directly to your ignition, so that when you turn them on, when you turn your bike on, it automatically starts them. That's not necessary. I don't think it is, because what if you don't want them on, right? You don't need them on. So now, these are on, both of them. None if you can hear them. Maybe, I don't know. The downside to the Love Jugs. Here's the downside. It cools this. It does a fantastic job of cooling the engine. This one does a great job. The downside, the flaw, if you want to call it a flaw, is right here. This blows that hot air straight across under the tank and bakes my right leg. So much so that I will have to sometimes stand up like this and to get my leg out of the way of the air that's coming out from behind there. Because that rear cylinder, as you know, gets very hot, and that's just blowing that heat right onto my leg. However, they will keep the engine cool. The engine will run great. And the other thing you need to do with your bike on hot days is be sure that you're using the proper oil for your bike. That's extremely important. As you heard with my interview on the Motorcycle Men podcast with the guys from AMSOIL, and this is not sponsored by AMSOIL, I'm just letting you know that right now, but using the proper oil will also help keep your engine cool. Now, I have found, personally, this is just me, I have found that using some synthetic oils will cause my engine to run very rough. Now, this is on hot days. On days that are really hot like this, I found that the synthetic oils have poor performance in keeping the engine cool and running properly. Case in point, when I was out in Sturgis, I was using, at that time, Sin 3, Harley Davidson Sin 3, and the bike ran like crap. It was running horribly. It was a lot of knocking. There was poor performance as far as you twist that throttle, and it wasn't really happening like it usually does. In that case, in the summer weather, I've always preferred to have a conventional oil because it's thicker. That's at least that was always the mindset when it came to oils and the type of oil you use. So when I had AMSOIL at the rally change the oil on my bike to their blend of oils, the bike ran fantastic from that point on. In fact, the oil that's in this bike right now is that same very oil. And should my trip to Sturgis still continue, I will likely get the oil changed by them again. So that's how you take care of yourself. Oh, there's one more thing you need to do for yourself: sunblock. There's nothing worse than being out on your bike and getting sunburned and not finding out until later on that day or the next morning. Especially on the back of your neck, especially on the back of your hands, and any exposed skin, and your face, your nose, and your cheeks. Do not ever, I cannot stress this enough, do not put sunblock on your forehead. Do not. It's very bad. Because what'll happen, kids, you'll be sweating, and what happens to that sunblock? Goes right in your eyes. And what happens then? Then you can't see squat. Now, it wouldn't be a stupid idea at all to keep an umbrella in your saddlebag either, in case if you find yourself in a place where there is no shade. Pop an umbrella, you got shade. Get one of those small compact ones just to shade yourself, keep you cool, keep you out of the sun. Think about that. Stay hydrated. So regardless of the temperature, well, if it's 125 degrees out and there's no breeze and it's 110% humidity, no, don't. If you have a air-conditioned suit, they exist, then yeah, okay, fine. Maybe, you know, but no, don't. Stay home. Get the air conditioning. Watch some YouTube videos. Yeah, I might suggest the RidewTed channel. Watch those videos. I might suggest some of the other channels out there. My favorites. Well, I guess that could be another video in itself. We'll talk about that another time. But that's it, boys and girls, as I follow the jet ski on a trailer. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, by all means, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Remember, kids, no obligation and no cost to you to do so. And if you don't forget about the memberships, there's a little bell there. You can click the bell. You should be able to join something. If you, again, no obligation. If you don't want to do anything, that's fine. But subscribe. It'd be great. And comment down below. I always respond to your comments. Always. Why am I yelling? I don't know. All right, boys and girls. So there you have it. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment. Check out all the links that I have in the notes below. And I'm going to do a chat session soon. This way we can chit chat. It'll be a lot of fun. All right. But that's it for now. I'm Ted. This is RidewTed. Ted out. Peace out. I gotta roll.